Hello Gemini, how you doing? Welcome to your Astro Energy Tarot reading here. Going from the week, going from the 2nd through to the 8th of December. Hope you're doing well. Did the energy update this week, and the elements that sort of came out were the fire and water, and we're going to be looking at how that affects your flower. And how it affects the weekly reading for this week here. But before we do all of that, let's just bring up the Astroflower and let's get some messages and from the flower and pull some tarots and let's see what's going on. So we got the overall energy here, a general energy. There seems to be there's a lot of passion on the on like the relationship side of life, the emotional side of life, and there's a lot of people have been getting this actually, or a lot of signs that have been getting it. It's a very thick energy as well. It's not. It's. I would say it's like a bit like defending as well, or taking a stance. And in regards to the world around you emotionally or within relationships or even spiritually, it feels like you're taking a stance with the world that is around you at the moment. It's very passionate though. You seem to be, there's a lot of passion that's coming from within you, a lot of fire which is within you, which is so true for Gemini. There's a lot of fire within Gemini. We'll see that a little bit later on, but there's definitely this whole sort of a resignment to the situation. That's what it feels like. This feels like a resignment, and as long as I can protect myself, I don't have to stick my head out the hole, as it were. And that's not living life. I'd get out there and get involved, but it seems here there seems to be like a real protection thing going on. Let's just see what's going on the financial side. Let's just see. It's very, very passionate. It comes up here, so it's on this section here. Very, very passionate on the financial side, and is seems like a bit of frustration. Generally across the board, you may be feeling like you're a little bit frustrated with life, and that's not too bad, because we all go through it. But if throughout that frustration, that's going to show you very clearly what you want out of life. And I think this is where you've got a good opportunity to, flip life around so it starts working in your favour. But there is something out the future here. And I think this is where emotionally or morally, you are taking, you're looking to take a direction within your career path, business and projects that's better for you. So it's not just working upon the finances, it's also doing the number of hours that correspond for you, or, working in a company that's ethically in line with what you do, that sort of thing. So, I think there's a real sort of stance. I think you've got a lot of passion coming through you at the moment. Yeah, look at that. Ace of Hearts. Ace of Hearts, Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is very, very passionate. I think you're protecting maybe your heart within you on the emotional side of life, and on the financial side, this is where you're putting your heart's desires and your passions into what you're doing at the moment, or you're putting your hearts and desires. I think an idea is giving birth within you about what you want to do, and it's not necessarily it's not just it's not just financial. It's also it's got to sit well with you as well. Let's just see what's going on the relationship side. You've got the karmic path here. There's a lot of passions in the karmic path. Almost feels like the karmic path wants to give you a kick up the backside. And, the more you resist to life and sort of say, oh, no, I better not do that. Yes, you better had. Because if you don't do it, I think life is going to come and, sort of kind of going, right, Gemini, come here. Bah! Sort of thing. How is it connected to the, the outside? it seems that you're searching for synchronicities, you're searching for an opportunity, you're searching for a relationship, you're searching for a spiritual path. There's a lot of searching going on, but maybe you're looking too far. Maybe you just need to look within inside you, and that's when you're going to find the Ace of Hearts, or the Ace of Cups, as it were. What's happening on the past? The past, I think it feels like I'm coming down hard on you actually at the moment, Gemini. I really do apologise about it, but it seems like the past is you're using the past in order to protect you, and in a way that's stopping you from advancing. So kind of going, I'm not going to do that because last time I did that it was a nightmare, and yeah, it may well have been a nightmare last time, but at the same time, what are you going to do? Close yourself up in a box? No, I wouldn't bother. Let's just see what's going on in the future here. I'm really giving you a hard time, aren't I, Gemini? I really do apologise. But, I'd love to say it any other way. What's the future set off for you? This is liberating. This is where it is. Come on, Gemini. Yeah, this is liberating. Almost like the Fool card. It's taking a leap of faith for you. That's what it seems to be. What's the lessons that come out of this week here? I don't want to say there's always someone worse off than you, but it almost feels like that you're sort of, life is hard for a lot of people. And I'm not saying it's not hard for you, but what I'm saying is I think you've got the capacity to turn it around. And I think this is what the lesson you've got to learn here, that you've got the capacity to turn it all around. On your karmic path, you have this Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, long-term plans, long-term goals. And it's learning a lesson here of getting out there and planting seeds of happiness for you. And you've got to have determination within it all. That's what needs for you. Out on the connection to the universe, yeah, you're out looking, you're searching at the moment. They call me the searcher. No, what is it? Call me the future, and I've been it's a Who song. And I've been looking high and low, and I can't even remember the song now. It's terrible. It's a Who song about searching. I'm sure you'll be able to tell me in the description. But it seems to be about that. You're searching for something. In the past, you may have gone through the grinder a little bit in the past. And now it's, unfortunately, you're using bad experiences to stop you from having good ones. And if you do, you're gonna, you've got the Five of Cups there. You may have only disappointment on your plate. If that's what you're concentrating on, that's what you're gonna get. And this is the lesson out of this week here. I think this lesson here is to open up to the moment here and now and really start looking at the brighter things within you. You've got some beautiful things within you, Gemini. Really amazing things. It's an absolutely lovely sign. I know a lot of Geminis, and sometimes you can be incredibly difficult or hard with yourself, conflictual with yourself as well, and I think that needs to stop, Gemini. Obviously, that really does need to stop. Let's just see what's going on the financial side. Karmic path is playing into the past. It's something that you've been doing for some time, and it needs to pivot into a new direction. That's what it needs to do, and it's getting there. It's getting ready to move forward. Let's see what's going on the universal connection. The universal connection is playing into that, the Ace of Cups, and it's asking you to dig deep and find that emotional direction from within you. And I can understand that. I think it does. It's like the universe has sort of said, you tell us, Gemini, what do you want to do? Sort of scenario. From the past self, you've been feeding this karmic path. You've been feeding this, either this job, this business, or this project, and you've been very consistent and everything like that. You've been a right, really a good soldier, as it were, for your business or for your project. But it's becoming samey, as it were. And I think I think you need to break out and take a new direction. This is playing straight into the lessons of the week here, and it's your future is sort of saying we need to experience something new. That's we need to experience something new. Let's just see what goes on the message for this week here. Life is for living. Don't miss a moment. It's all an experience that you take with you. I think that's what the message, and I think it's a real learning curve for you this week here, Gemini. Seems like you're having a tough one on your karmic path. You had this solid thing, and you found yourself with what you've been doing, but now your karmic path is sort of wants to fly forward. It wants to move on, and therefore it wants to stimulate you and this connection to this Ace of Cups. You and your passion. What stimulates you? It's looking for a direction, the karmic path at the moment for you. And in your connection to the universe, it's playing into this. You've got the Three of Swords. Normally, I would say, because it's on the financial side, I'd say something along the lines of don't allow your emotions to be driving when you're sort of trying to make decisions within the financial world. But almost this is the opposite. I think the connections and the synchronicities and the people that are around you want you to explore your heart's desires. In the past self, you get the Three of Cups. Yeah, I think it's something to do with. It might be a case that you've been in a job and you love what you do, but maybe the company that you're working for has changed so much that it's not the same job that you started in, and you've got to move into a new direction, and that direction is coming from within you with the Seven of Wands, and I think you've got to. The Seven is all about revelation. It's revealing to you the pathway, and it's through your heart that you're revealing this pathway. Life is for living, and you've lived a lot. Six of Cups. You've lived a lot. There's a whole journey that you've been on at the moment, and this journey here, I think, is needs to get a new direction for you in life. Let's just have a look at the energies and see what's going on with the energies and the elements, and see how that plays into your petals. So here we have the sun from this week. We have corona holes, earth energies. We've also had sort of solar flares and sunspots, which is air and fire energy. But we've had also an eruption of filament energies, and one that's vaguely coming in our direction. It's going to give us a bit of a side swipe. It happens around about here. At some point here, you'll see it just about here. It's sort of like a very high M flare, but it was a filament energy, so it's that water energy. It's the emotionally driven energy, which has got a lot of fire in it as well. And sometimes that fire can... And that fire and water connection can make for very explosive times. And I think this fire is really driving your emotions at the moment within your flower. So let's have a look and see where it's playing within your flower. Let's just pull it up here. We've got the your Astroflower. First thing you'll notice, you've got no air in the middle of your flower, and you're an air sign. You're one of these false air signs, like Cancer, like Sagittarius, the sign opposite you, and like Capricorn. And you've got this fire at your base, but then you've also got all this fire that's running through you. And I reckon it's more going to be on your financial side, because you have this fire that comes, this water that comes in from Cancer here, and it's crossing this fire that comes in from Aries as well. And you do have here on your connection to the universe that is around you, that mixture of that fire and water on this side here. So what we're going to be looking at is this crossing point here between what's going on with the Ace of Cups, what's going on from the past to the future, and what sort of direction you can get out of it, and what sort of influences we can get from the universe that is around you. So let's just have a quick look at that. Don't let your frustrations boil over. I'm getting that straight off of that now with the Three of Swords. Open your heart and walk towards what makes life good for you. Okay, so let's just have a look with that Ace of that Three of Swords. You get the Queen of Cups. Yeah, it's opening up to your heart. Allow it to flow through you. Do not let the world, or do not let the outside world put you through the ringer, as it were. I don't think that's really good. Yeah, and there is people that do. You get the Devil card as well. So you might have some people who are just being a little bit toxic within your life around you. But you know, you have it under the control if you so wish and so desire. If you don't emotionally get involved in it, you'll take away their power and they will no longer have you. Let's just see what's going over in this crossing point. Page of Cups. All of a sudden, switching in from what seemed impossible to what could be possible. And it's also a dreaming card. And I think this dreaming is helping you to provoke a direction for you within life. It's dreaming about your heart's desire of what you want to do in the material world with that. You get the Five of Wands as well. I think this is raising up and being the best example of yourself. I also think you do need to fight for this. I think you need to fight for that heart, that Ace of Cups that is within you as well. And you get the Five of Pentacles as well. A lot of fives going on there now. Pretty much got every single five out on the table. Five of Pentacles is money loss. So, you know, if you do not, you know, rise to the occasion, be the best example of yourself and start exploring your heart, it may, you know, put you in a tricky situation sort of financially. And then you get the Hierophant there. You know the steps you need to take in order to get to the good stuff. You know it, Gemini. There's no one needs to explain it to you. In this section here, with that heart there, it comes through with the Page of Cups and the Hierophant. And then you've got the Five of Wands and the Five of Pentacles on the outside, which ties into a sort of like the Three of Cups and the Seven of Wands. And I think here is that you know the steps within your heart that you need to take in order to make life really good for you. Okay, so I think you should take those steps as well. It's such a shame. The world is so much of a better place when you do fully engage. And once you do fully engage, that's when you're going to feel a lot more happier. And I think you're going to get a lot more results on your financial side. There you go, Gemini. Thanking you very much for being with us. Really do appreciate all the support you give to this channel. Yes, I will see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.